Hi, Eric Gibaud, already August 2026, so it's time for my 7 photography tips or piece of advice for August 2026. So let's start. First piece of advice or tip: if you see a picture that needs a lot of explanation, what it is, how it is, what it does, and some people say, oh, you should have been there. When you see that there, it's completely different. It's so great. It was so amazing. This picture is fantastic because that was incredible. Well, if you need to tell that, this picture is not fantastic. It's like wedding pictures. So often we see a wedding picture and for us is, well, but for someone who was at that wedding, it is a great picture because he knew the context, he knew the moment, he knew what was happening. So when he looks at the picture, it's a fantastic souvenir. But for you, it's nothing. So pictures, so often we tell that picture should tell a story. Well, there are some debate on that, but surely it should need as little explanation as possible. Obviously, some geographic explanation sometimes is needed. You see a castle, what's the name of the castle, where it is, maybe a line to tell it. But if you need to say, no, because in this picture, this happened and that happened, yeah, but I don't see it on the picture. So it's not that good, that simple, okay? So think about this. If you have to explain something, maybe it's not too good. Tip number 2. I know, I said so often, don't keep bad pictures forever on your computer because they use space for nothing. Also said, you can learn a lot from bad picture. There's something in between. The thing is, don't erase, delete your picture straight away. Why? Because unless there is a technical problem, a flash that didn't work or whatever, okay? But normally you look at the picture and you say, it's not good, well, I'll delete it. No, wait a few days, a few weeks. Why? Because when you come back from making pictures, you create some expectation in your head, okay? Very often you are not conscious of it. And when you look at the picture, if it's not what you had imagined, you're disappointed. So for you, it's a bad picture. But anyone else who would check the picture would say, oh, I like this picture, that's fantastic. Why? Because that person doesn't have any expectation. You do, but it doesn't. So wait a few days when your expectation goes away, and then you start fresh, you look at your picture, and that picture that was a failure probably is not. Because it's a good picture. I know some people will say, yeah, but if you don't obtain what you expected, it's because you didn't do it properly. That's another story. We speak about if a picture is good or not if you were able to get what you wanted. That's different, okay? So wait a few days or few weeks before deleting your bad pictures. Tip number 3, learn how to stop a photo shoot. So often, some people are doing a photo session to a model and they are there for 3-4 hours. Change clothes, new poses, different things, and change this and change that for hours. No one in front of a camera or behind a camera can be at the top during 4 or 5 hours, not even a professional. So imagine someone who is amateur with not that much experience, that will not work. You will get tired, and the longer is the photo shoot, the more time you're wasting for nothing. Okay? So what is the tip? Well, basically, try to get organized. How many type of clothes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Second, what kind of poses do I want? Sitting, standing, on the floor, whatever. And then you think, how many pictures do you want to get at the end and how many pictures of each situation? So when you have them, you say, now sitting here with this cloth, I shoot vertical, okay, 1, 2, 3, I like it. This one is good. Why people spend hours saying, oh, an extra one just in case? You already have the good one. Why do you need this extra one? Will it be that much better? Probably not. So don't do that. Try to organize yourself and know when to finish. And your photo shoot will not last for hours. I don't speak about a catalog for a shop. That's another story that do take some time to rest anyway. But try to know when to finish, because you get the model tired, you get tired, and you don't get good result. At the end, you have thousands of pictures that are useless on your computer. Why? Are they bad? No, but they're all the same. What's the difference between this and this and this and this? Yeah, if you have 10 to choose from, there's probably one that is better. But if you have only 1 out of 3 to choose, probably you're happy the same way. You don't occupy so much space on your computer or hard drive. You don't get tired that much. So learn when to stop. Photo shoot for an amateur past couple of hours, that's nonsense, in my opinion. Maybe you think different, but in my opinion. By the way, if you wanted to help me, don't forget I've got affiliated links in the description. Please use them. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo, don't forget I've got a 10% discount with my code ERIC10 on top of any offer they have. So still place your code and you save some more money. And with ERIC20, you get a 20% discount on K&F, where you will find all the accessories by K&F Concept and more brands. So use it. That helps you. That helps me. Everyone happy. Thank you so much. Let's carry on. Tip number 4. Don't show every picture. So often I see some people, they go to a wedding or traveling, and then they publish on social networks all the pictures. 300 pictures, 300 pictures. I don't speak about a trip when you have 300 pictures that are completely different. That could be really interesting. Maybe not on the same day, but over time to show all of it. That's great. I speak about the same pictures. They go traveling, there's a street, maybe a restaurant, and they publish 10 pictures of the restaurant. They almost all look the same. Why? People get bored with that. And that will not bring you potential clients or a friend that want you to make them pictures. Why? Because these pictures don't bring anything. You can publish 300 pictures, but they need to be different. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. It's a bit like wedding videography. So often some couple, they ask to the videographer to have a really long video, 3-4 hours. And during a couple of years, no one wants to visit this couple to their house. Why? Because they're afraid. Oh, let's check our wedding video. No, please, no, I don't go, I don't want. Okay, that's the same thing. So don't publish everything. Tip number 5, try to take pictures of things you want to see again on picture. You travel, you go to eat, you have family, whatever. You feel this moment or what you're saying needs to be recorded because you want to see it again. Recorded and remembered, okay? That's very important. Because then you will work better on that picture. You probably will make less pictures, but the one you make, you really concentrate and do it well. Why? Because you actually already see yourself watching this picture in a couple of years' time or more than that. So you want to really make it good, think every details, and prepare this picture for the future. So it's so important. When you make picture, look at what you're making and think, this one I wanted for the future to see it again. The other one, don't make it. Probably, okay, you don't have to stop making pictures, but probably you will make less pictures and the one you will make will be a lot better. Tip number 6. Pictures, when they're taken in a hurry, are normally not the best. But when you can take them with no hurry, you probably get the best one. One point, so often people make a confusion between speed and to be in a hurry. That's different. Because sport photographer will tell you, yeah, but I'm always in a hurry, I do action photography. No. That's really different. You can be in a hurry or not and still be fast. Action photographer needs to shoot at the right moment, but it doesn't mean he's going mad before. So it's important because your attitude will make the difference. Obviously, if it's a landscape, there's no hurry, probably, except if there's something's going to happen and you were not prepared, but normally you don't even have speed for that. But hurry, you could put hurry or not. Try not to have hurry. And if you do action photography, prepare yourself. Or so many wedding photographers, they go to the ceremony and they're really tranquil, no worries. Why? Because they've studied before the place, they studied the couple, they know their gear, they know what they want to do. They're in no hurry. Even there is some moment that they're really speedy, but they're in no hurry. And this is an attitude, and the picture will be a lot better. If you rush like mad, probably you fail, because this is when you make mistake, when you don't concentrate yourself. So try to prepare your mind to this attitude of there's no hurry, even if you need speed. That's really different. Tip number 7, try to know who you are really taking your pictures for and also the final use of this picture. because your attitude and the way of working is different. If you don't know, well, you don't know. But if you're professional, probably you know what your client will do with this picture. Maybe next to the motorway, a big, wow, massive picture, or a cover magazine. If you're an amateur, maybe will you use it on a TV slideshow? Slideshow you will watch on your TV, or maybe it's for social networks, all this. Why? Because if you can know that before, it will work different. If you do like landscape photography using the typical format of Hasselblad Expand, yeah, that's nice, but on Instagram you cannot see anything. So is it really the support for that? So if you do this picture and you know it will be to print, to have on a wall, fantastic, you can use that. If most of your pictures are for Instagram, probably it's not the right format. Same thing, they ask you to do a picture for cover magazine. Okay, fantastic. But horizontal, why do you make it horizontal? Because the designer maybe asks you to be able to slide sideways, to reframe this way, or no, you probably will use it vertical. Yeah, do you take into account that when they mount the magazine, they normally crop, or when they cut the paper, they probably leave, you have 2 to 5 millimeter margin of security, so maybe it will cut a finger out or whatever. So think about the final use of your picture. This way you will think accordingly to that, and the result will be probably better because you already prepared everything for the final use. If it's for family, a slideshow on your TV, why are you shooting vertical? Yeah, maybe the picture is nice, but once on the TV, it will be like a fringe like this. Honestly, does it look good? Will you see properly what is there? You're not going to turn the TV this way, I guess, no? So why don't you work horizontally in this situation if you know most of your picture will go this way? So it's so important. Try to know the final use. It's not always possible, but when you know it, well, use it in your favor and in favor of the result, obviously. So that's it. These were my 7 tips for August 2026. Thank you so much for watching them. I hope you like them, and if you feel it may interest other people, please share my video on social networks. And if you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button down here and there's a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Don't forget, I've got affiliate links in description. Please use them. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo, please use my code Eric10 and you get 10% discount on top of any offer they have. So still use the code and you save some more money. And with Eric20 you get a 20% discount on K&F, where you will find all the accessories by K&F Concept and more brands. So use it. That helps you, that helps me. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.